Subscribe to Movie Red Tilly.
Subscribe to Movie Red Tilly.
Subscribe to Movie Red Tilly.
Clues and tips and tricks, but people don't understand. Once you get to that point where you're trying to make somebody love you back, what's happening is the more you try, the more effort, the more sex, the more creativity, the more time you invest, the more compassion you have for them, the more you pour on anything that registers as love, the more you're pushing them away. The more you're pushing him away. You said he loves you, but you're pregnant with his baby? Wait. If you want to go live, put a hand raising emoji by your by your comment. Roxy, I really want to hear what yours is. He loves you, but you are pregnant with his baby. I don't see how one cancels out the other. Somebody said babies don't make a man love or want you. They absolutely don't. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but if you are pregnant, Rock City, let me see. Hola, ¿cómo está, mi amiga?
Hola.
So give me some context.
Huh?
Give me some context. You said, you're the one that said, how do I make him love me, right?
Yeah.
And you're pregnant with his baby, right?
I'm 7 weeks pregnant.
7 weeks pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay. Are y'all like, how long y'all been together?
It's been since October. We were engaged. We were engaged, and I found out he was talking to another woman and hiding it and deleting it. And he went with me to he went with me to go get my birth control out. And then when we did, I caught him cheating on me. And then I never put it back. And then I ended up getting pregnant with his baby. And we're trying to make it work. He loves me. He says he does. He's been talking to me. But he says I need to learn a lesson because I kind of did something wrong with him.
Wait. You can't call him out, but then gloss over what you did. What did you do? Like, tell the whole story. This a lot of times y'all don't like to tell the whole story. He did his dirt, and you didn't articulated it like you know Shakespeare. What did you do?
Oh God, I called CPS on him because he wasn't a good father to his kids. And
hold on, so that's what you was kind of bashful about saying. What is it really that you did? What's the real content?
That was it.
Okay, that's the bad thing that you did. He wasn't good to his kids. And this ain't the kids that y'all got. This him and his kids outside of you?
These are his kids. And I used to bathe them, feed them dinner, put them to sleep. And he never really did anything besides play video games.
So he don't let his kids play video games. So you call Child Protective Services on him?
No, he wasn't taking care of his kids. He wasn't playing with them.
Oh, okay. He wasn't playing with them. All right. All right. I'm not here to judge you, Rock City. I'm not here to judge you, okay? You commented on this. It sounds like you really want help. Yeah. And first off, I'm blown away. So just I want to give more words to my reactions here. I'm blown away. I'm not judging you. All right. So you already pregnant with the child. You got to take good care of yourself first off, and your emotions and what you're doing, because you got a baby to protect now. Okay. So you're in the situation where you're trying to make him love you.
Well, I'm not, because I kind of stopped talking to him for a little bit, and then he kind of missed me. So he's been trying to contact me and stuff, but I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know if I should be with him, stay with him, try something new. I have no idea.
it sounds like.
But then he says that I need to learn my lesson. So when I keep calling him or texting him, he says that he'll call me when he wants to. He'll answer when he wants to. He will do all this only up to him when he wants it to be done.
Not that he's a horrible person, and not that he doesn't have reason to be pissed off. Because if you call CPS on him, I mean, that's him and his like. That's unless he's like physically harming them. Like I can't get with that. So first off, let me just say I can't condone that you call CPS on him. Now, it sounded like y'all got off to a really rocky start. You know, there was infidelity, there was cheating or whatever, but y'all really love each other. What should have happened next was some restoration, with some real work to get down to the bottom of it. But instead, y'all kept doing y'all thing and you pregnant. It is what it is. You can't go back and undo that. What I'm trying to stop is this cycle, this spiral that's getting ready to happen. And it happens whenever a dude feels like he has you on a leash because you need him. Whether it's emotional or because you're carrying his baby. It's like some people will catch you, like when you get vulnerable, or say, for instance, you're pregnant with his child, and they'll use that as power. Now, again, this don't mean that his being pissed off at you ain't warranted. You call CPS on him. Like, that's a legitimate being pissed off.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you should subject yourself to manipulation either. That don't mean that you should subject yourself to somebody playing with you. I'll teach you a lesson like he's raising you like you some kind of child. You dig what I'm saying? So you can't hold yourself like in shackles to your mistakes or your bad decisions, which calling CPS on him was a messed up decision. You shouldn't have gotten involved with that. I'm just going to be real with you. However, now you have to take care of you. Like you can't let him toy with you. So the only person that can snip that cord is you. Unfortunately, you're carrying his child. But if he doesn't have more regard for the fact that you're carrying his child, than to sit there and talk to you, the pregnant carrier of his child, like, I got to teach you a lesson. I'll pick up when I feel like picking up. You can't make him pick up the phone, but you can stop yourself from calling him. Okay. Now, if you're in a state of dependence, like financially or whatever, I would just advise, I don't know if you got family or friends, try to detach. How can you get away from that? Because that's not healthy for you. That's not healthy for you, and that puts the baby in danger. But I need you to understand a couple of things. We're about to get off. First off, if things get off to a rocky start, I just want to humbly offer the last thing that you need to do is get deeper into it with that person. You're already in it now, but that's the last thing. Secondly, yes, just off what you told me, he wouldn't spend the time with his kids or he wouldn't play with them, right? So you called CPS on him. That was foul. I'm not judging you. You need to understand your actions so you don't do those actions again. That don't mean you're a bad person. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. And then lastly, now that you're carrying this child, it looks like he's looking to take advantage of that. But you have the control. You have the power to snip that cord, to cut that cord of what he's trying to use to manipulate you. I'll call you when I feel like calling you. I'll talk to you. Like, sometimes when I was just talking about this, a woman can hang with like bated breath for a man to give her crumbs of affection, of love, of protection. Soon as he knows, like, she needs me. And this goes vice versa. When people get pissed off, they sometimes look for what they can leverage to really F with a person. You get to cut that cord, and that's what needs to happen now. So that looks like just tangible, hard boundaries. And the boundary ain't so much with him, it don't sound like. The boundary is with yourself. We talk self-love, but it's hard in practice.
Yeah.
So the self-love part is when you getting ready to pick up that phone and look for an explanation, look for closure, look for signs of hope. You got to set a boundary with yourself that you're not reaching out to him. You're not continuing to subject yourself to that type of manipulation, because that's all that's waiting for you over there. All right?
All right. Thank you.
No problem. You have a good one. I don't even know how to put you off, so I guess you have to just kind of like just jump off the live.
Okay.
I'm new to this. That was nice of her. All right. So that was interesting. So you set him up by not using your birth control. He don't want kids. I didn't even consider that. Rika Ty 88 says, stop sugarcoating. I'm sugarcoating. You know, it's going to sound like sugarcoating, man, whenever you come from a place of being critical to a place of me personally being a recipient of grace. You know, I would be a walking contradiction to be up here not speaking with that same grace that I'm the recipient of. But she got the message. You don't have to come down on somebody with a hammer to get your point across. You know, she'll get crucified and criticized enough from those who know anything about the situation. And she's pregnant. And she's pregnant. And she's pregnant. So with that being said, you know, and it's early on in the pregnancy, so she definitely got to be careful. So I'm practicing self-love and boundaries, and you write as hard. You know what happens whenever something is difficult for you, is pointing you to a place in you that you got to heal and you got to develop. Whatever is difficult for you and it's for your own good, whether it's not reaching out to somebody, whether it's staying away from somebody, whatever it is, controlling your tone, any emotion that makes it difficult to do something that's for your own good is pointing you to something that you need to heal, something you need to give some attention to. Kay Buana said your energy is so different now. Love it. Glory to God, man. I mean, I really don't care who thinks I sound like a preacher. God is good. So what if they would have taken the kids away? Exactly, Shining Star. So here's the thing, Shining Star. You can, like, if you're going to make something clear, make it clear, but for the purpose of it not repeating itself. I don't have to give more words to why you don't call CPS on somebody else and they, you know, kids, because they're not spending time. So yeah, she was foul. For that action was foul. That action was definitely foul. Let's see here. Yes. How to make an evolved man crave you. I did an hour-long masterclass on that earlier today, absolutely free. And it is at the link in my bio and it's coming down soon. Let's see here. What about long distance relationships? I look at long distance relationships the same way I look at, you know, if you lose a particular sense, like if you lose your eyesight, if you lose your hearing, other things got to get stronger in order to navigate. Same thing goes with a long distance relationship. And hopefully the long distance is just a season of the relationship, not the entirety of it. Not the entirety of it. Ryan Doreen says, heck yeah, you got to be mad behind your child. So let me say this. When it comes to being mad, there can be a legitimate reason that you're upset. It doesn't justify how you handle it. There can be a legitimate, like, if dude is pissed, I'd be pissed too. But just because somebody did a legitimate wrong doesn't mean the other person gets free reign, gets green light to toy with them, to torment them. If you're that mad, leave them alone, right? If you're that mad, walk away. Cut them off. Somebody said, I felt like she was hiding something about why she called CPS. I think there was more to it as well. But you know what? Badgering her ain't gonna get it out. Yeah, you can't just go calling CPS on folks, and hopefully she understands that. Yeah, some people think, oh, you gave me a legitimate reason to be pissed off. Now I get to, you know, mentally abuse you, or maybe even physically. So you call CPS, but you're having his kid. Help me understand. Yeah, she got herself in a pickle. Nah, the CPS thing definitely has more layers to it. But y'all know we on a public platform, you know, a face on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks ain't about to come up here and give everything. What about rekindling old relationships? I am Bria Nicole. So rekindling old relationships, I'm all for that. So long as you actually address what happened. Too many times, and I've been in this cycle myself, you get out of the relationship with that person, the dust settles, the pain leaves, the sting leaves, the love is still there. You miss that person, and you get back together on the strength of that instead of the strength of repairing whatever went wrong the first time. So if you're going to rekindle an old relationship, make sure you ain't rekindling the same old nonsense that caused the end of that relationship? Y'all keep asking what my t-shirt says. It says, my black wife makes me smile. It just got a little mark on it. So it's my chilling in the crib shirt now. Because my babies like, you know, to use markers and stuff. Why do guys say they like you a lot, but yet barely hit you up? Miss Jatoy says, that's a form of gaslighting. Also a way to try to see if you'll take the bait. Like if you're thirsty enough, you'll go for those words. And then you'll come running after him, even though his actions are saying something completely different. Oh, I like you. I mean, I'm digging you. You this and you that. It's like a form of breadcrumbing. I'm going to give you just enough to bait you in, to keep you in. And at some point, especially if you're a go-getter or something like that, you're going to come running towards me and I got to put forth no effort. That's what that's to say. That's what that's to say. Let's see here. Can therapy or counseling help with toxic relationships? Yes. If both people are bought into the process, yes. A licensed clinician can absolutely help with a toxic relationship. I recommend a trauma recovery specialist because typically if it's toxic, it's some trauma somewhere. It's not just a mediator. Like me, I'm just like a mediator. Somebody maybe that's, you know, can provide a helpful perspective, a new way of looking at things, mentor, that level. A licensed clinician knows like what patterns were formed in early childhood, how to reprogram those early childhood blueprints, how to identify the attachment styles, you know, so that's a whole different ball game. Yes. Yes. But I would recommend a trauma recovery specialist for sure. Yes, I did get a trauma recovery specialist involved. So again, once again, the secrets to making an evolved man crave you masterclass is now up. The replay is up for those who missed the live chat earlier, the live class earlier. It's up now at the link in my bio. It's an hour long and it's completely free, but it's coming down in a few hours. Can a friends with benefits become a relationship after 3 years of rarely meeting? Like y'all were friends with benefits and then y'all took 3 years of rarely meeting each other, and then y'all want to make it a relationship? Anything like that, you got to rebuild that foundation. Let me see here. When is my next event? I have a couple of things on the calendar for next year. This year, I'm chilling for next year, for early next year. So I'll make it known whenever I'm back on the road doing my thing. Been married 10 years, with him 14, 3 daughters together. All of a sudden, he's very insecure and somewhat controlling. What do I do? Married 10 years, you with him a total of 14. You got 3 daughters together. All of a sudden, he's very insecure and somewhat controlling. What do I do? Have you already had a conversation with him? You see, I need to be able to talk to some of y'all so I can get deeper into what's going on. Have you been able to actually converse with him? You'll be surprised what you learn. First off, like we're ongoing, evolving people, right? So yeah, you've been with him 14 years, but you've only been with this version of him for the last probably 6 months to a year. So I'm wondering what he's saying. What is giving you the notion that he is controlling? Yeah, how do I add her to the live? Y'all, I don't do this often. Let's go back up here. Let me see here. Miss Garrett, I'm gonna try to go live with you. I don't know if you're willing to, but I'm requesting you live now. Okay. Y'all see, when it's serious, people don't typically want to get on here. Which is fine. So let me go through a couple of different scenarios and then you just kind of pick which one makes the most sense. Insecurity, all of that kind of stuff. I'm curious if there's any change in him being able to perform in the bedroom. Is there any change in his body? Is anything like that? Is there anything new that you've been doing? Do you have any new online activity that you weren't doing before? Have you newly discovered a hobby that you didn't have 2 or 3 years ago? Have you started spending time at the gym, at the church, at work, more than what you normally would have? Oh, you said your camera's not working? So long story short, Miss Garrett, you've known him for a while. But don't think that means that you know him in and out. Have the conversation with him. Hey, I feel like these things that you've been doing they've communicated this to me. Insecurity, somewhat controlling. But if you come judgmentally, the conversation is going to stop real quick, or it's going to turn toxic. You want to follow that up with what you've noticed, what is communicated to you with, I want to understand that something I'm doing is having any type of contribution to what I'm getting from you. That's just a humble way of getting him to open up. That's how you talk to a man in a way that he's going to want to open up. You're giving him the floor instead of already accusing him. You can be honest about what you're feeling, about what you're experiencing, without accusing him. And then you go from there. Once you get that, you got more data to work with. Miss Garrett. You say he feels his thoughts are facts. Let me see. I'm going to try to go live one more time with you, Miss Garrett. If it don't work, it don't work. I'm not tripping about your camera. She declined again. So, all right. Feels like his thoughts are facts. His thoughts are facts about his experience. And if you say to him, your thoughts aren't facts, it may say that your thoughts are really invalid because that's not the truth or what I meant to do. So let me give you a little background before we move forward. The thoughts being facts, okay, say for instance, if I'm trying to think of something. If you maybe have ever been kidnapped before, and I'm kind of going drastic, but just follow me. If you ever been kidnapped before, right? And you're in a relationship now, you didn't heal from that kidnapping trauma. Your man comes up behind you and he just wants to kiss you on your neck. You're startled. Now, whatever you felt, whatever you experienced is factual about your experience, even though it's not the truth of what actually happened. However, based on your experiences, based on what you felt, that's what it came off as. That's what your body is responding to. Okay? So what I'm getting at here is when he has a thought, he may not have the emotional intelligence to be able to communicate it like this. When he has a thought, that is factual to what he's feeling, even though it's not telling the full story of what's actually going on. Now, if you can break that down in a way that's not judgmental or condescending, he may be able to take a step back and say, okay, well, that was my experience. My experience is when you rolled your eyes at me, you were looking at me as less than a man because my paycheck got cut or I got fired from my job. That's the facts of what he's feeling. That's what he's experiencing is being cut down because he lost his job recently. I'm giving you hypothetical here. What you can do is validate that and say, thank you for letting me in on your experience. I mean, I appreciate that. Not invalidate it ain't the facts. No. Don't let your resentment speak for you. What you can do is say, hey, thank you for letting me in on your experience, which is compassion and empathy that you're showing in that. But are you open to hearing what I actually was doing whenever I did that? Or what I actually intended by saying that? And then from there, let me know what way is better to communicate what I was trying to communicate. That's how you just kind of set the tone for collaborative conversation instead of coming at him, condescending him. Neither one of y'all getting each other, because if you've been together 14 years, what y'all got is something special. That's just some conversation techniques, some healthy conversation techniques. Yeah. So Kat, I can't say the rest of your name, but you said it. You said sexual harassment. I feel sexually harassed. That is a fact that I was harassed, even if the man might not have tried to. Right. He may not be doing that. He may not be harassing you. But in that moment, your experience factually is that you're being harassed. Okay. So with that, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. Again, the hour-long free masterclass on the secrets to making an involved man crave you. is now available at the link in my bio. It's coming out soon. So if you missed the live masterclass earlier, you get a chance to watch it. You need to go ahead and do that ASAP because it's coming down quick. I'll let y'all lady, y'all be good. Much love to you guys. I will see y'all in here another time soon. Peace.